Ruchim Habayim, welcome once again. We're in Parsha Metzora, and the first verse, chapter 14, we're in Perek Yud Daled, Pasuk Aleph, and it says, Vadaber Hashem el Moshe le'amor, Zot tiye Torah hamatzora bayom taharo vehuva el hachoen. Hashem spoke to Moshe, saying, This shall be the law, the Torah of the Metzora, on the day of his purification, and he shall be brought to the Kohen. And so it says here in the Zohar HaKodesh, it says, Rabbi Abba begins by reminding us that it is only those who study the Torah and abide by all her ways that are protected by the guardian angels and have the Shekinah rest on them. He says, the sword in Be Afraid of the Sword is the evil tongue of the serpent. God has a sword with which he punishes the wicked, and anyone who speaks with the evil tongue will be punished with it. You see, this is why the Torah actually begins with Hashem spoke to Moshe saying, this is the Torah. Vadaber Hashem el Moshe le'amor zot tiye Torah. Only afterwards, see, one that slacks with the study of Torah, he becomes, the Yetzirah will pounce on him, and he will walks more and more into the ways of the world and become blemished. See, the Torah is the purification. And so the Zohar says, Hashem spoke to Moshe saying, this shall be the Torah of the leper in the day of his cleansing. And Rabbi Abba opened the discussion with the verse, Be afraid of the sword, for wrath brings punishments of the sword, that you may know that there is judgment. And it says here in the Hebrew, Shadun, in the book of Job 19, verse 29, it is pronounced Shadun, but spelt Shedin, literally demons. Observe in how many ways people should guard their way in fear, and fear the Holy One, blessed is he, and not depart from the right way. And people should neither transgress the laws of Torah, never ever leave her, nor ever leave her. And so, see, on a Pashat level, the Metzora, the leprous one, comes before the Kohen, but this is actually talking on a much higher level in the spiritual world. When we pass, how are we preparing our vessel for Olam Haba? It goes on and says, Come and behold the evil tongue of the serpent, which he spoke to the woman, brought upon the death upon the man, the woman and the whole world. Thus it is written, in their tongue a sharp sword, in Tehillim 57 verse 5, referring to the evil tongue. Therefore be afraid of the sword, namely the evil tongue. What does the following verse mean? For wrath brings the punishments of the sword. This is the sword of Hashem. For as we learned, the Holy One, HaKodesh Baruch Hu, has a sword with which he punishes the wicked, as it is written, the sword of Hashem filled with blood. Yeshayah 34 verse 6. It is also written, My sword shall devour flesh. In Devarim 32 verse 42. For this is the aspect of judgment within Malchut. Therefore be afraid of the sword, for wrath brings the punishments of the sword, that you may know that there is judgment, which means that you know it has been so decreed that anyone who has the sword in his tongue, namely he who speaks with the evil tongue, is punished with the sword that destroys all. For this is the Malchut from the side of judgment. This is the meaning of this shall be the Torah of the leper. That is Malchut from the aspect of judgment, which is called this, judges the leper for his evil tongue, because plagues come from the evil tongue. Not only that, the word Metzora here can actually be split and said Metzora. Metzora can mean Metzora right here. Metzora, which means spreads evil, brings evil. And going on more, the Zohar says that Rabbi Eliezer says that when the time comes for the soul to leave the body, it sees the Shekinah and goes toward her with joy. But if the person was not righteous, the Shekinah leaves the soul to mourn, separated from its body and from the Shekinah. Afterwards, both the soul and body are punished and then purified. And so it goes on, and it says here, afterwards, both the soul and the body are punished by the hand of the angel Duma. The body is sentenced to the grave until it returns to dust, and the soul is sentenced to the fire of Gehenna in several trials until it's purified. The soul comes out of Gehenna and is cleansed of its sins, and like iron whitened with fire, angels ascend with it until it arrives at the lower Garden of Eden, which is actually Malchut, where it is cleansed in the water and perfumed with its spices, as it is written, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense in Shir Hasharim 3:6. It stays there until the time is over, when it must be far from the righteous in the upper Gan Eden. And it goes on and it says, when the time comes for it to ascend to the upper Garden of Eden, it ascends the stage after stage until it brought a sacrifice on the altar, meaning it brought to the nukva of Malchut, which is called an altar. And this is the meaning: it shall be the Torah of the leper. In the day of his cleansing, he shall be brought to the priest, in quoting Vayikra chapter 14 verse 2, namely the supernal priest above, who is the angel Michael. This is the fate of the soul that has not been defiled much in this world, and that can still be healed, as it is said, otherwise that which is crooked cannot be made straight. And so this is from the Holy Zohar. And in our world vision, purgatory is a place where we are purified like iron whitened in a fire. It is a painful process, but not forever. A good start to avoid such tribulation is to achieve balance physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually in all that we do and say and think. There is no easy task, for there is almost no Zadik that does not miss the mark sometime. And so the brilliance of our folks' ways is they always promote return. And we have to work on our emotional attributes, and you will become a different person. And so this is the work, and this is the Torah that keeps us purified. May we be zoche to achieve this level of ruchnius in all our avodas to Hashem.